am Michelle Washington. I am the CEO of Women of More magazine. I am super duper excited to be here with my friend, Dr. Cherita Weatherspoon. How are you?
I am wonderful. How are you?
I am fantastic. I am so amazed by your success thus far. I'm super duper excited for you and how you're taking your dream and making it a reality. I am excited to celebrate your success as a new author. Your book is called Go, 10 Powerful Steps to Accomplishing Your Goals and Living the Life You Desire. Where did that come from?
Where did that come from? So my personal story is really one about being on a path leading to a certain destination that was a good destination, but ultimately not the one that I was called to be journeying towards. And I had to go through some things in my life to finally get on the path that I was supposed to be on. And it wasn't about not knowing how to set goals, not knowing how to put a plan together to make those goals a reality. There were really some more intangible types of things at play in that I had to learn to deal with. And last year, I was actually asked to speak at an event for some high school students, young women who were graduating, and they wanted me to focus on goals. And I really wanted to present some information to them that I thought would be really empowering for them. I thought about my process, and these 10 steps came out of that. And their response was great. And that ultimately led to writing the book.
Wow. I have a question. Because with books, the intent is powerful. You want to give the readers something. In one word, what would you define, or how would you define this book in one word?
I would say life-changing.
Life-changing. Okay. Tell me why.
Well, the book is really like having a life coach in your hand.
Very good.
And coaching is a wonderful thing, and if everyone could have a coach, they should, but
Yes.
it can be expensive as well, so it's not necessarily accessible to everyone. But in this book, I'm giving the reader strategies to deal with the things that we deal with that really prevent us from being successful. And along with the strategies, I'm asking some very powerful questions that cause the reader to reflect, to clarify, to identify, and then act. And putting all of those things together is what will actually lead to a change in their lives.
Very good. Because I'm finding out that you can inspire someone till times get better. But if you don't give them a plan, an easy plan at that, because actually doing things or getting to your goal, there has to be a step. There has to be a blueprint. But in that, it has to be relevant to the reader. And you're saying that this book, the 10 Powerful Steps, is pretty much easy for anyone to pick up and begin to pursue.
It is. And this book is not a book you just read. It is a book that you have to do. You have to do the work to get the results from it. And I will say the process is easy. If you're following along with what the book is saying and just do it, you will see the results. But it is going to take some self-reflection. It's going to take some honesty with yourself. And that's going to be the difficult part. You know,
why is that the challenge? Because that is key. And I hope the viewers that are watching, sometimes the challenge is really putting the work behind doing it. Why?
Because life is comfortable sometimes. You know, even though there's some discomfort within the comfort, overall, life is pretty good.
Say that again. Say that again.
Even though it's comfortable and there's some discomfort in the comfort, life is good. And we don't want to upset things. We don't want to experience change because it brings on more discomfort, more you know, I don't know what's going to happen next if I do this. It's not a sure thing.
And it requires you to go. And I'm not saying it because it says go, but it requires action behind that. Like you said, and that was so good that in our comfort there is this comfort. Because a lot of us don't want to be just comfortable in a discomfortable situation. But we choose that. Why? Again, why is it that we may know but we don't do? We don't go?
Fear.
Okay.
Is definitely one of the major factors, and that is fear of change, of
Yes.
course, and just what's going to happen with my current situation, what's going to happen with the people in my life.
Yes.
Are they going to accept this change? Am I going to be comfortable with the new change? Because it's going to bring about new experiences and new opportunities that maybe I don't feel I'm prepared for. Fear of failing. What if it doesn't work? What if it does?
Yeah.
And then you have the fear of success. You want to maintain the success once I have it. You know, I don't want to get to a certain level and then I can't stay there and I fall back because that's embarrassing. And you know, I don't want people to talk about me. And then I think it's just, sometimes when everyone around you is staying the same.
Yes, yes.
It's so much easier to just stay the same and continue to fit in.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I'm going to go back a little bit because I didn't ask you this, and this is so important because some people will look at this and say, oh, Dr. Cherita, she was able to get this done. Everything was easy breezy for her. Tell us about before you were actually able to hold this in hand. There had to be a process. There had to be different challenges, emotional, spiritual, physically, challenges that may have occurred. How easy or how hard was it for you to actually say, I'm going to go do this?
Well, this book is not the first manuscript that I've attempted to write. I have several that I've started and that are in process. Some that I'm writing by myself and some that I have contributing authors for. And just, you know, challenge after challenge would come. Either, you know, deadlines wouldn't be met. I would get distracted with other things. Writer's block. I'm sitting down with pen and paper in hand and nothing is flowing. Then all of those things would come into play. But when I decided to move forward in the bigger picture with what I want to do with my life at this point, what I'm called to do with my life at this point, I needed to get a book done. And this was the book that it needed to be. And even with this book, there were challenges. I should have been announcing this book in September.
Wow.
I should have been announcing this book in September.
Tell me what happened.
You know, sometimes we want to do it all ourselves. We want to control the process because, you know, it'll go the way that we want it to do. But this wasn't something that I could do totally by myself. And I had to find the right people to help me along the way to get done what I needed to get done. This is the first time that I self-published a book.
Very cool.
So there was a lot that I didn't know. So getting the information, getting it in a timely fashion was problematic. You know, getting cover art, editing, just, you know, all those things put together in the midst of trying to do everything else that I do in my life. And then wanting to make sure that I put out a product that would really impact people and not just a book to say that I wrote a book.
Absolutely.
And that was very important to me. And then, of course, you know, getting the feedback on the book, making the changes that I needed to make. You know, it took us to today. So, you know, it's been a process. It's been emotionally challenging more than anything because the manuscript was done really at a time, you know, that I should have been able, theoretically, to put it out in September. But, you know, here we are. And I was hesitant even to launch the promotion of the book now because of it being around the holidays. And I had to take my own advice. The external conditions were less than favorable, but I could no longer continue to put it off.
Very good.
I had to move forward.
Very good. At any time during this journey, the process of getting to this point, did you ever want to give up?
No.
Never wanted to give up?
Never wanted to give up. I've had those feelings several times over the past decade at least. This has been a long time coming.
Yeah.
And at this point in my life, I want it more than I'm afraid of it. I want it more than I want to stay where I was. Giving up is not an option.
That's good.
Giving up is not an option.
That's good, because sometimes when we're pursuing that dream, there's this thing that wants us to say, no, it's too hard. And there are some people that give up, and they stop pursuing their dreams. The first chapter, or step 1, is called Get Over. Get over. What do you mean by that?
Get over is really about acknowledging past hurts and pains, experiences, whether it was with people or just circumstances that you found yourself in, and moving past that. A lot of times we get stuck because we're holding on to this bitterness, this anger, this hurt from your past, and it really stagnates us. It keeps us stagnant, and we don't even realize it a lot of times, but we're stuck. And once we can acknowledge that it happened, this is how I felt about it, this is how I feel about it, but I am no longer going to give that person or that situation the power to keep me where I am. We can get over it.
Doctor, now listen to this. A lot of times, we don't even start there, because get over means I got to deal with myself. A lot of times, and I have read a lot of books and articles about the how-tos, and it's always write it down, do this, do that. But getting over the things that's been holding you in that comfortable but discomfortable situation is so important. It's so important. What would you tell the readers, not that you haven't already, but what would you drive home how crucial it is for us to get over and move from the things that are holding us hostage?
Well, it's just what you just said. You're being held hostage, which means you're not really in control of your life.
Wait a minute, doctor. Wait a minute, because that is huge. Because sometimes we think we are in control of our lives, but it's really the things that are holding us. So repeat that and go ahead and go further with that.
When you are being held hostage
Yes.
by your past hurt, pain, and experiences, you are not in control of your life. The pain is, that person is, that situation is, that circumstance is.
Yes.
You are allowing it to keep you imprisoned emotionally, spiritually, and sometimes even physically.
Yes.
You can't move forward. You can't move out of the box because you're so stuck in what happened back then. And that's why we have to get over. And until you get over that past, you can't move anywhere.
Right.
You can't move anywhere.
It's almost the illusion that you are. Because sometimes we think everything is fine and we're pursuing, we're getting promotions, we're doing things. But that thing that may try to trip us up will always go back up and cause us to be stagnant.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this is good. Let's go to chapter or step number. Let's go to step number. What's your favorite step?
My favorite step is probably grab opportunities.
Okay, tell me about that.
That's because a lot of times when we made a decision to move forward, to go after what we really want, we put a plan in place and we're going to stick to that plan. And we become blind to the opportunities that now open up for us, because they do open up for us when we made a decision to move forward. And we begin to think, oh no, it's just a distraction. I don't want to get involved in it. I'm sticking to my plan. Now, in some cases, they are distractions. We have to learn to tell the difference. And for the most part, if it aligns with your purpose and what you're called to do, is if they want to build your skill or connect you to people who can help you, it's an opportunity. It's not a distraction. But we will actually limit ourselves expanding further.
Yeah.
People,
Yes.
because we want to stick to our plan. We maybe would pray for doors to open, for opportunities to come our way,
Come on,
and then when
Doc.
someone comes knocking, we're like, no,
Yeah.
I don't have time for that.
Yeah.
No, that's not part of my plan.
Right.
Take advantage of the opportunities because they can literally just exponentially grow what
Yes.
you're trying to do.
Yes, yes, yes. But that's the thing. That's the other thing that hold us hostage. It's not grabbing those opportunities or being afraid to grab those opportunities that we prayed for. We prayed for those things. Could it be that we don't identify those opportunities because of lack of exposure? Because we're not familiar with different opportunities based upon what we are accustomed to.
I think that certainly is a part of it, but that also plays into the plan. Like you want to stick to your plan. You want to be in control of how you grow and how you develop and how you move forward and how your dream and vision expands. And there's no room, you're not allowing any room for anything additional to come in, anyone else to come in and help you along that it's got to be this way or it's not right. And you might ultimately get where you want to go for following that straight and narrow path, but it may take you a little bit longer than it really needs to. Because as I said, once you make the decision to move forward, people show up to help you. Doors of opportunity open to you.
Absolutely.
It really is what you've been praying for.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it may not come in the form that you expected it to, or from the people that you expected it to, but it comes. And again, you just have to sift through what's a distraction, what can really help me, and let go of the fear of not being totally in control and it not being your plan or an opportunity that you developed for yourself. And go for it.
Absolutely. After reading this book, I think it's amazing. And what I like about this is that it is required for you to engage. It is required for you to answer the questions, and the questions are really great. What do you want people, the readers, to take away from this? And, or maybe this is the question, how will this book, how will this, not even a journal, but how will this help the people move from sitting to going?
Well, I actually call this a life application journal, you know, because if you're doing the work, you're writing in the book.
Absolutely.
And it will literally propel you. If you go through this book and don't feel ready to move,
Mm-hmm.
there's some bigger issues at
Very
play. Maybe you don't need a coach, maybe you need a counselor.
Maybe so. Maybe
But
so.
I think, again, you know, there are things that we don't typically acknowledge or recognize as being part of what's holding us back. And this will help us to bring those things to life. So if anyone who is listening to this or watching this has a desire to do more than what they're doing, to become more of what they know they can be, to experience something different in life, they still have dreams. As long as your dreams have not died,
Mm-hmm.
there is an opportunity to make them a reality in your life.
Very good.
And this book will help you to do that. If you do it, again, you can't just read it. You can't just read the book. So you have to do the book.
I just can't do step one and move from there. I got to do all steps.
You've got to go through the process. You've got to go through the process. And really, it's not even just a one-time process.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you figure out what that first thing is that you want to work on. And you go through this process of that. And when you've accomplished that and you're ready to go on to the second thing, you go through the process
Very good.
again.
Very good. When I was reading this, I actually didn't move from step one too soon because I realized just for me to participate in your journey, I was like, oh man, that's a great question. I need to address those things. But this is good. Now what I want to do is talk to you, Dr. Cherita. Weatherspoon. I want to talk to you about how this book has changed your life. I asked you why the book, but why now? What was it that happened to you, or what did you say within yourself that said, I'm going to do this in 2016?
Well, I knew, I would say maybe 10 to 15 years ago that there was something different that I was called to do other than what I was doing. I am a higher education administrator by trade and training. That's what I've done. I've had a really good career doing that. I, progressed up the ranks to being an assistant vice president at a university. Made really good money. But in the last 4 to 5 years, I've been laid off twice due to organizational restructuring. And I've worked for some organizations as well that have left me wondering, is this what it's going to be like? And had me questioning whether or not I wanted to be a part of the organizational cultures that I was experiencing. And I really got to a point where really just feeling fed up. And because I already knew that this wasn't really what I was called to do, I was good at it, very productive, results oriented, I was successful in the work that I've done, and got some level of satisfaction from it, but there was always something still inside of me saying, this is not it, this is not it. It's preparing you, but this is not it.
Now, who is it? Stop right there. You said that you was very successful in your area of expertise, but you just said that you realized that it was preparing you. Sometimes we miss that. We look at what we're doing as this is just what we're doing to get by, but we don't realize even that portion of our lives is preparing for what's next. So how did that life experience prepare you for today?
Well, what I am moving into is actually establishing my own coaching and consulting business. And especially with the consulting piece, the past 20 plus years of experience that I've had in higher education administration has really prepared me to do that work, working with organizations that serve students, college bound students, and helping them to improve the outcomes that they have with their clientele. That's what I've been doing, my entire professional career, and I've been good at it. But then also the work that I've done with students one-on-one and with staff that I've supervised, I have always operated from a perspective of coaching and helping people to identify, why are you here? What do you want to get out of this experience? Yes, you want a degree, but what else behind that? Yes, you need a paycheck, that's why you come to work every day. Well, what do you really want? Is this really what you want to do? How can I help you get to the next level? That has always been how I've operated. So it's very easy for me to translate that experience down to what I'm doing on my own. So I don't despise that 20 plus years of career. It was good to me.
Right.
It was good to me. And like I said, it helped prepare me for this time. And I think perhaps this time should have come a couple of years earlier had I been listening.
Yes.
But sometimes you need to be pushed, and I was pushed. But I was pushed, I didn't fall. I pushed and I flew.
So tell me this, and to the people that will watch this and people that will read your book, how important is it to have the right people in your life? Because I know that had to help, because the success that I have experienced, I had to make sure I had the right people that was going to push me in the right direction without pulling me back to a place of comfort. Talk to us about that.
It is vitally important to have the right people who you can confide in, but who will also hold you to task, keep you on course for what you're supposed to be doing. When you're starting to move away, saying, no. What are you doing? What is that about? Who will tell you the truth in love? who will give you good feedback, not just tell you what you want to hear, make you
Right.
feel good,
Right.
and who are also willing to put in some work on your behalf, you know, who are willing to expend some of their time and energy to help further your vision. And they see it as, you know, sowing into you, and they're willing and able to do that, with a smile.
Yeah, totally.
And
Totally.
with a smile.
Yeah.
But, you know, the reality is that not everyone has those people at
Yeah.
this time in their life. And again, I think that's where the book comes in. The book will ask you questions that these people in your life should be asking you.
Excellent.
And again, once you make a decision to move forward, which God will help you to do, people will begin to show up.
Yes.
So even if you don't currently have those people in your life, when you make the decision to go, the people will show up.
I think that's an excellent point, because some people will say, well, I don't have the people yet. I'm this, I don't have this, or those things that I deem sometimes as excuses to stay where you are. And it's so key for us to understand and convey to the people that are watching that if you go, if you move forward, then the opportunities, like you said, will come. The people will come, because people now see you moving.
Exactly.
They see you moving. Tell me about the sacrifice. This is just you and me, doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about the sacrifice. I know the sacrifice that I had to make where I am today. What was your sacrifice? What can you share with us about the sacrifice?
Well, it was giving up being comfortable, which was a very difficult thing to do. I decided not to go back to higher education and to really pursue what I was going to do full time. And, you know, that can be a scary thing. And that can be a scary thing. You know, when you made it to a certain level in your career,
Absolutely.
you know, to walk away from that, you know, the prestige that comes with the
And the
title,
security.
the security, or
Absolutely.
perceived security,
Perceived.
you know,
Absolutely.
perceived security,
Yeah.
the salary that comes along with that. And of course, it's not just me making that sacrifice, because I have a family. You know, I have a husband, I have children.
Yes.
So the sacrifices that I'm making impact them as well. And then choosing to, you know, really move forward and not just say, oh, I'm not going to take another job, I'm going to work on this, and just, you know, here and there, I'm working on it, but to go full force with it meant that there were things that I couldn't do that I would normally do. You know, I rarely watch TV anyway, but, you know, now it's like, I'm on my computer, I'm getting my work done, I'm getting my website ready, I'm working on this book, I'm working on the next one, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I'm trying to get things into place, and this has really become more than a full-time job. You know, I am eating this, I am sleeping this, I am drinking this. You know, I'm sure my husband gets tired of hearing me talk about it, you know, because it has become such a part of who I am, because it is who I am.
Ooh, Dr. Cherita, wait a minute. That was good right there. Say that again.
It has become such a part of who I am, because it is who I am. And it's just like it's second nature. When I made the choice to follow this thing,
Yeah.
to see it through,
Yes.
I became who I was trying to become. It's amazing. It's amazing.
This is good.
You know, when I was so focused on career, it was hard for me to find the time to do things. It was hard for me to really, you know, make this a part of my lifestyle. It would show up every now and then, and I would have people who would see it and who would say, you know, actually, you know, you should coach, you know, would say things like that to me. But, you know, it would come and go in ways, because I wasn't allowing it to consume me. And now it does. Now that it's not to the exclusion of everything.
Very good.
You know, I still have a life.
Absolutely.
I still engage with my family.
Yes.
I still have fun,
That's
you
good.
know, and all of that. But it has really become a priority in my life. I cannot not do this now. And you know, I'm a realist, which sometimes can be problematic. I'm very practical and just, you know, I like to have things in place. I like to have plan A, B, C, and D. So to kind of set that aside and really just take this step by step and watch the floor rise to meet me as that next foot goes
That's
down.
wonderful.
It's amazing. I mean, the people that have shown up to help me has been amazing. The opportunities that have come open have been amazing. And I'm just, you know, I'm looking to see what's behind the next door. Because it can only get better. And that doesn't mean that I won't have some disappointments. You know, that's a part of life. You know, that's real. Everything will not be perfect. But I'm okay with the disappointments because I get so much joy from doing the work and doing what I'm called to do. There is no more waking up in the morning and feeling like, oh, I don't want to go into this place today. There is no more, you know, feeling disrespect for a supervisor. Not showing it because I'm a smart one,
That's right.
but feeling, you know, not having, you know, respect for people that you work with and things like that. And just, you know, I can choose who I want to be around.
Yeah.
I can choose who to share my skills and talents with, and choosing people who I know will appreciate what I have to offer, who will value what I have to offer, who will allow me to sow into them, who will sow back if and when they're able, and if they're not, it's fine. Just the fact that they're open to receiving what I have to offer really is gift enough, you know. And it's a wonderful thing to see people being blessed by what it is you're doing, especially when you know you were called to do it.
Yeah. It's so encouraging to hear you say that this is you. And it is you because it was placed in you. So it is. You birth something outside of you, just like our children. I am more inspired based upon you telling the story now, so that people can see that it's not an easy task. There will be challenges, but the sacrifice and seeing it develop, and like you said, once you took one step, the floor was waiting for you to take the next. Now that's huge right there, because I could go on and on about that. But it took you stepping out where you were. And let me ask you, Doctor, did you have everything you needed when you said yes? See, that's another thing.
And I still don't, but I'm still making progress.
You have. Please tell them what that means. Please talk about that, because sometimes we'll say, I don't have this, I don't have what you have, I don't have the camera, I don't have the book or the circle.
Right.
Because it wasn't a matter of the circle for me. It was a matter of me being convicted and persuaded that I'm going to do this right where I am. Talk about that.
You may not have everything that you need, but what you do have is you.
That's
and
good.
You are the most powerful factor in whether or not you are able to live the life that you desire. Once you believe in yourself and understand your worth and your value and can communicate that to other people, things will begin to come together for you. The circle will show up.
Absolutely.
The resources you need will show up. You develop the courage to ask for what you need. People will say yes. There will be some who say no, but there will be many who say yes. If you just have the courage to ask. And again, that comes back to you and who you are and who you believe yourself to be. If you believe you are worthy enough to have people help you, people will show up to help you. So you are in control of your destiny.
Very good. That's excellent. So this has been an amazing moment with you. I'm so honored to have the opportunity to sit with you and be part of your success, part of your journey. Tell the viewers now how they can stay connected with you.
Okay, well, first you can find the book at go10steps.com. That is GO10steps.com. One more time.
And we'll have it right here, down here, we'll have it where you can go.
Yes.
Okay.
But that's GO10steps.com for information on the book. And then you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Coach Cherita. And Cherita is spelled Cherita. And I want to admit to you that I'm pretty new to Twitter and Instagram, so you all have to help me with that. Get me active on there, engage with me on there, maybe give me some tips on how to use it. But you can find me at Coach Cherita on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
So, Dr. Cherita, what is next? Will you have an event to bring everyone in where you'll be able to sign some books? Where do we go from here?
Yes, I am planning to have a book signing in January.
Okay.
I'm still finalizing the date and the location of that, but that will be advertised on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So if people actually go to go10steps.com to pre-order the book and plan to come to the book signing, I can have the book there waiting for them, or I can mail it out if they're not able to come to the book signing. And then, of course, I'll have books for sale at the signing as well. And at the book signing, I will also be officially launching my coaching and consulting business as well. The coaching business is Powerhouse Coaching, and the consulting is Mission Critical Consulting.
Before we wrap up, tell me about Powerhouse if you don't mind. You're going to now be able to coach people. Tell us.
Yes. So I am a certified professional coach as well as a certified job and career transition coach. And I will be doing personal/life coaching as well as executive coaching.
Very good. And you can find that again at...
Well, that information will be on my website, which is www.CheritaWeatherspoon.com. It's not live yet. If you go there now, you'll see the coming soon page, but by January 3rd, when the book actually releases, the website should be up.
Very good. Very good. This has been an amazing time spent with you, Dr. Cherita. I'm so excited for you, for your future. I'm excited how you took the courage to go and pursue your dreams. Now it's a reality. How amazing. It's a reality. It's like here.
It is. It's like my fifth baby.
Absolutely. But this is the thing. You no longer have to hope and wish for this.
Right.
It is here. Do you know you are in a small percentage of people that have actually executed what they said they was going to do?
Mm-hmm.
You're now doing it. How exciting is that?
It is so exciting. So exciting. I walk around with this in my
sure
bag.
you do. I'll let you touch it. You play with it. You go just like this. Like, wow, this is actually here.
It is, yes.
So, tell us again, what do you want us to leave away with, knowing about go and the importance of going and having a step in pursuing your dreams?
You have things that you want to do. You have things that have kept you from doing those things, from moving forward. Go will help you to get over whatever those things were. Go will empower you to move forward. Go will give you the internal strength and fortitude to overcome the challenges that you might face to living the life that you desire. So get the book, read the book, and do the book, and go make your life worth living.
Outstanding. Outstanding. Thank you, Dr. Cherita.
Thank you, Michelle.
Excellent. Wonderful.